Hi guys, welcome back. Pickups! Yes, I've got quite a few already. I've actually gone a bit more retro this time, and I've got quite a mixed bag. I've got games from 8-bit all the way up to current gen. So let's take a look what I've picked up so far this month. Hi guys, right, well, like I say, we've got a proper mixed bag. I've got quite a few games, so we're going to dive into it straight away with an absolute classic for the Commodore 64, and that is the Dancing Monster. I'm going to zoom right into that. Now, if you watched an episode of Angry Video Game Nerd recently, you'd have seen this.
Then there's Dancing Monster.
What the fuck?
After watching that, you know what, it took me right the way back, so I had a look to see if I could find the game. Because I only knew of one person back in the day that owned this, and that was my good friend Martin. He had this game, so I hopped on eBay. The only place that I found that had it was there. This, certainly at the time of filming this, was the only copy available. Classic cassette. Oh, actually. Hi, here's the Dancing Monster. Cheers, best wishes. So that was off the seller. Now, I can vaguely remember in my head the whole objective of the game because, as you can see, the game looks outrageous. So just to take a quick look, because there was your instructions. Yeah, and I'm right. The objective. The wicked wizard has cast a spell on a beautiful princess and changed her into a hideous monster, destined to dance forever to the evil music. Release her from the dreadful fate by removing the monster piece by piece with your magic ray. Now, what you couldn't tell from the video there was it's a shooting game. That's what it is. In fact, it's a very early FPS, isn't it, in some regards? But, yeah, shoot all the bits off, you know, like the trunks and that, get rid of the lot, remove the spell, turn her back into a beautiful princess. But that was the Dancing Monster. And after seeing that video that Angry Video Game Nerd did, I had to see if I could pick this one up. And, as you can see, I have. Sticking, though, with the classic Commodore, I spotted this. Now, I already have this game on tape. So, Aliens. But I don't think I've got the map. And this isn't on tape. Who remembers these bad boys? 4.5-inch floppies? Yeah, who remembers them? Back in the day. But I got it because of this. You know, I've not even checked my copy because it is in storage at the moment, but it was going cheap and I thought, why not? Oh. Wife just texting me there. I'll have a look at that in a second here. And that was it. That's all you had in there. Obviously, the box was designed for tape and disc. Don't know if it is missing something because there's a gap at the bottom there. I don't know if... No, it's definitely not for the instructions, but we'll just pop that back in there anyway. So you have it. Not much on the box. but a classic game for a classic system. And the only other item I got for the Commodore 64, I've been after this game for a very, very long time now, because I'm trying to get a complete set of Beyond big box games, and I finally managed to get this. And I must admit, this is in incredible condition. Superman, as you can see, Beyond, name of the game, very crisp, absolute fantastic condition. I'll open this one up for you, trying to be as careful as possible, because this game's nearly as old as me, let's be honest. Not on tape, it is on disc, nothing else left in there. So, what do you get? You get the instruction manual, which is a dirty, great big thing. In fact, it folds out. And this is in brilliant condition. So, I've got that. Disc. Not that I will ever use it, in all fairness. But what you've also got is your challenge software. Enter the club. It's free. Now these, you hardly see these anymore because people basically did cut them. Yeah, I did it all up and you got some freebies off them, which were just posters and that back in the day. Obviously the box in cracking condition. And the only other thing that we've got... Ah, right. So, there's one I haven't got. And I'm not sure which Spy versus Spy I've got. But there you go. Sorry, I definitely have got... Oh God, it's all backwards, I know, when it comes to filming. Right, 2 Spy versus Spies. I'm all over the place. I've got one of them for definite. What's that one now? Sword and Shadow. I've not got that. But on the other side, I've got the Superman now. I've got the Shadow Fire, and I've also got Enigma Force. But I've also got quite a few others, like the PSI Warrior and stuff like that. So, still going after the big box collection. I'd like to get that sooner rather than later, and certainly get that ticked off the list. But that is all of my Commodore 64 that I've picked up. I've just fancied going really, really retro just recently, so I've got older stuff than this coming through to me, so stay tuned. Right, moving on to the Master System, I picked up 2 games. One I've already got, in all fairness, but I didn't have the instructions for it, and that's Altered Beast. So I've got the instructions. In fact, that's complete, so I'll probably be moving one of those off unless I can make any use of the case. And the other one is an absolute side-scrolling beat-em-up classic. See, I only remember playing one other game that was very similar to this, and that was Kung Fu. But here's Vigilante. Again, complete in the box. And I don't know if you can make out the back of that. It's in pretty good nick. I'm very happy with the case, I must admit. Always nice to have the tabs still connected. Because I was certainly one of those. I'd have probably cut that off back in the day because it would have done me nothing. But they're more sought after with the tabs. So guys, leave your tabs on. So those are the 2 I've got there. One game for the N64. Now, I picked this up from Germany. And it is complete in the box, but I'm not going to bother getting it out. Pro 98. It's in very good condition. Very good condition. So, more than happy with that. Now, these next games, all for the Mega Drive. And, again, there's a couple that I duplicated because I needed instructions. But there's a few of these that I've wanted because I wanted to add, especially when it comes to the Mega... Is it Mega Teams or Mega Games? Anyway, let's just crack on. So, Road Rash 2. The first game is absolutely brilliant. Complete. God, it's got a return address on the back. I'll have to try and get that label if I can. Let's just cover that up so we don't send him anything in the post that we shouldn't. But these were brilliant games back in the day. You know, when I think back, especially the Road Rash series, I've got that on multiple systems. And in all fairness, the best port of Road Rash is undeniably the Panasonic 3DO. You'll never play a better port. PlayStation 1 is very, very close, but the best you'll ever play is the Panasonic 3DO. Right, let's get them in order, because we've got 2 and 3. There you go. I've got the first one. I'm not sure if I've already got the second one, in all fairness. So it's the third one I was after the most, but it came as part of the bundle anyway. So some great games there. The Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Alien Storm, Super Thunderblade, and Super Monaco GP. So really happy to put those in. And again, just because it came part of the bundle, and I don't know anything about it, I've not got a clue, but it's Mutant League Football. And the case is brilliant. Oh my word, and this is fully complete. So, let me just... So obviously the game, it's not too bad, it's pretty crisp, but you've got one thick manual there. So I'd imagine it's every language under the sun. But on top of that, I've also got the Electronic Arts registration card. And I've also got Toxic Treasures for Mutant League. So it looks like you could have bought a t-shirt. And what's this? The unique bread of Mutant League. How it performs multiple mutants and comes in a foolish assortment of colours. So it's always nice to get these games fully complete. It's obviously a football game of some sorts. But of what, I don't have a clue. So very interested to check that one out. But again, it just came as part of the bundle anyway. So, I view that as a bit of a freebie. One game I managed to pick up for the Sega Saturn. I've been after this game for such a long time. And trying to get it at the right price has become almost impossible at times. But all of a sudden it popped up cheap. Now, I don't think the game's complete. I don't think this is a complete game, but it'll do for now to put it into the collection, because as you know, or if you are a follower of the channel, you'll know I would really like to get a Sega Saturn full collection. And it's not bad, the condition. It's not pristine. I think it's acceptable, but it's Baku Baku. I've been after this game for such a long time. We'll open it up. Now, there's the game disc, there's the manual. But I know for a fact there should be a second disc, a blue disc. And it looks as if, well, something's took a bite out of it. I'm not sure what's on it. So this isn't complete. I know that. But it is the game, and it does add it to my collection. And it was going cheap. So I'm happy to put that in. And from what I know, this is just a bit of a puzzle game, from what I can remember and what I've seen. And certainly the wife does enjoy puzzles, so we'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that. Now this next bit, just to go off track a little bit, I've got a friend in Canada, and he very kindly, originally, and he sent me over his TurboGrafx 16, so that's how I ended up with that. I paid for the shipment, and he gave it to me, that and a proper stack of games. And we've been friends online now for a very, very long time. But to cut a long story short is, he does some great paintings, and I've basically got one off him. But as he threw in there as a bit of a bonus, let's just get this right. Alien Sex Fiend. And it says at the bottom, the original computer game soundtrack. I've only listened to it a little. It does sound right up my street, to be fair. But I don't know if any of you have ever listened to anything like this. And it does sound... It's got a unique beat. And what I have just spotted at the bottom... I'll get my finger right. Ocean Software. So I'm really happy that he's sent me this. Absolutely over the moon, Tuck, to be fair. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Right, moving on to a game for a system. And it is for, let me get this right, the Neo Geo CD. I could have ordered this on other systems at the time, but I thought, you know what, I'd like to order it for the Neo Geo CD. I have purchased it since then on multiple other systems. And in all fairness, I didn't think I was getting this game, because this has been on order now for nearly 2 years. Absolutely crazy. But I suppose it can't be helped, the pandemic and everything. So, Xenocrisis for the Neo Geo CD. This took such a long time to come through. And it'll give me an excuse now to get my bloody kidney joystick. And that was the only other bit that came in with it. I suppose after all this time, maybe they would have thrown in something a bit better than just a postcard. But waited such a long time, I thought that it's never coming. It's never coming. But no, fair dues, it did arrive. So fair play to them. Fair play to them. But happy at last to get it. There's nothing worse than you buy something and it never arrives. So then you're either fighting to try and get your money back, or you just, yeah, all right, lesson learned. I've hardly purchased anything like that since, in all fairness, but it came through, so it all ended up good. Right, we're moving on to now a bit of Dreamcast and a bit of PlayStation 1. So I'm just trying to get these in order, because... Right, PlayStation 1, first of all. Who doesn't like Pac-Man? I'm an old boy. I grew up on Pac-Man. So I saw this. It was £5.50 if I remember correctly. Not £3, Alan. And incidentally, if you do need to know what I purchased this lot for, Big Games Al, apparently he keeps a record of all my purchases. So, PacMan World. 3D. Disc has just fallen out of place because, in all fairness, I need to get a new bit there because the tabs are broke. Odd little blemish here and there. Apart from that, very happy with that. And it looks pretty good on the back, but I suppose it's the same old with these sort of games. It's Pac-Man, innit? Which reminds me, I've not grabbed Big Al's box, have I? So we might have to do that next. Now this next one, it was a bit weird, this one. Because I was trying to get more than one game off the buyer. I didn't win all of them, so that was fine. But then he messaged me to say that he's got 2 copies of the game. So, didn't really think anything about it, Thought that he was just going to send it through to me. But he sent me through 2 copies of Chrono Cross. I've got 2 copies. I want to open them up. There you go. So that's that one. Okay, the instructions are the wrong way around there. Not got a clue. So I've got 2 copies of Chrono Cross. don't know what the going rate is for these games, but I've got 2 copies, so I'll certainly keep the best one for myself, and I'll probably look to move the other one on. I'll check that it works first, and if not, maybe give him a bit of a clean. But yeah, so that is obviously greatest hits version, but I'm more than happy to put that in because I know these. It's a fantastic game, absolute fantastic game. Right, should we do Big Al's Box? Let's do Big Al's Box.
So how's this work? You just feel my pulse, or
Big Al's Box. Now, Alan has been accusing me of sticking stuff in here that he never gave me. I haven't got a pissing clue, but I'm having a good rummage. Oh, what's this? Oh, Alan. That's a Nintendo Game Boy Advance SPL. What are you doing? And a copy of Bubble Bobble. Alan, very generous. Very generous. What else have we got in here? Ooh, I've got my hands on a right slippery bugger. Ooh, this feels interesting. Oh my word, Al. That's a PC Engine GT. What are you doing? And that is in exceptional condition, Alan. That is fantastic. Did he bollocks put them in the box? He's not that pissing generous. Right, let's have a proper rummage. Oh, oh. Felt loads, then slipped to one side. Oh, right, there we go. I've got a good stack, so I'll pull them all out. Let's get rid of this bloody box. I think there's maybe another 2 videos out of that lot. It's all Xbox 360. So, we have got, and this is a fantastic game. My daughter, first of all, started playing this, and then she got so far. She actually got stuck. For some reason, the game crashed, I think, so she had to start again, bless her. Oh, Tomb Raider, the reboot. Oh, such a fantastic game. Such a fantastic game. Transformers War for Cybertron. Again, complete, because he did look after me. Sniper Ghost Warrior. Doing this one backwards, don't know why. Disney Infinity. Don't have any of the figures. Will never play the game. But these are just going into my collection just for the sake of it, to be fair. And that's just me being honest with you. Sometimes us collectors, we do buy games just to fill gaps. It's as simple as that. There's a few of the guys, and I know Al is, an Xbox 360 going for the full collection. There's no harm in doing that. If that's what you want to do as a collector, then that's what you want to do. So your motivation then really is, I want to grab every single game so I've got the complete collection. Now for me personally, on some of these, I want the complete collection. Do you know what? I'll play them after I've got the complete collection. There's a lot of games out there at the moment in time I've got no interest in playing. But at some point, I will give it 10-15 minutes. I'll probably show you guys and do a 10-minute experience. But the ones I really like are the ones I'll go back to. And certainly for the retro games, you know, we've had over 40 years of gaming now. Yes, we've had a lot of crap. Let's be honest. But there's some cracking gems out there on older systems. And if I didn't bother trying to go, and I'll use the Dreamcast as a perfect example, if I didn't bother trying to go for a complete collection, I probably wouldn't have purchased half, in fact maybe 3/4 of those games. And there's a lot of them there that are absolutely brilliant, and I'm so glad I have done. Anyway, waffling on, Tony Hawk's. Oh, disc has come out. Oh, Alan, you've sold me a broke case, you bugger. I think I've got replacements. Transformers again, but Revenge of the Fallen. And these are all fair dues to the lad. Al looked after me anyway, but he gave everything a proper clean. And he also tested everything to make sure it all works before he was sending it all out. Because, he's a proper gent. He's not there to try and do anyone over. Watch Dogs. Again, complete. And that's all of the games, as Stu would say, the tat, that I have pulled out of Big Al's box this time. There's probably enough in there for maybe another 2, maybe 3 to push. Depends how big my hands are and how much of that slippery stuff I want to grab. Right. What's next? Right, we are down to the last 3 systems, and I have been able to pick up stuff for the Dreamcast again. I am going for that complete, but you know what? I'm going at my own pace. If I can get 1 or 2 per month, I'll be more than happy with that. Aero Wings. So, I've picked that up, and as usual, these cases, things broke. But there we have the disc. There we have the Chunky Monkey manual, but also the Dream Key, which came with this game. So this is a proper complete. Only problem is the case. But I've said it once, I'll say it again. You stare at these cases for far too long and the damn things will snap. Next one is a game I ordered. Cheapest place I found it was on eBay. It is sealed Intrepid Izzy for the Dreamcast. Try and get it close up there. And it is only like CD size. So, happy to also add that to the collection. And this next one, it's getting to be a bit pricey. But what a brilliant game. You know, the original was a fantastic game, but for me, out of the original classic games, it's number 2 or number 3 which are the best until you move up to, I still think the best Resident Evil game of all time, which is number 4. But anyway, Resident Evil 2. The disc. That one's just fell out there, so I'll pop that back in. And there's your second disc and the instructions. This is getting to be quite a pricey game because more and more people, I think, are going after it. But very happy to put that into the collection. Right, one game for the PlayStation 3. I've been playing the playthroughs on this one already, but I want to get the other games in the series, and that is Walking Dead Season 2 for the PlayStation 3. I've fallen in love with this game. I really have. I've enjoyed playing this so much. The graphics are fantastic. The art style is incredible. But it's the decision making. Oh, you really do have to make some terrible decisions at times. As long as you're alright with that, this is a brilliant game. And if you've never bothered playing the Walking Dead series of games, and it is the Telltale Games series, get them played. You'll be glad you did. Right, moving on to the PlayStation 4. One game for the PlayStation 4. It's a limited run game. It's number 507. And it is the fantastic Red Faction. Sorry about the glare. Oh my god, the glare. Red Faction. Talk about a game which changed the way you did things. Now, was it PlayStation 2? I think it was, you know. When this came out, it's either PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3. And, sorry, just before I forget, limited run. The card's got its own sleeve this time. How mad is that? Anyway. This game changed so many things. If you haven't got a key for that door, well, just blow the damn thing off the hinges, or, you know what, blow a hole through the wall with all your grenades and rocket launchers and God knows whatever else you've got. You know, the whole world in this is fully destructible. And it was just, on certain levels, I remember thinking, I can't get through, what the hell am I going to do? And the wife would go, well, why don't you just blow a hole through the damn thing? You know what? Yeah. It just changed the way you thought about how to do something. Just blow the bloody doors off, to borrow the phrase. But fantastic game. I'm happy to add that. And last two games to the PlayStation 5, you certainly know about one of them, Alan Wake. I'm really enjoying this. I've gone further than I have done before now when I played the Xbox 360 original, which is a 2010 game. This psychological, I mean, they call it action adventure. It's a horror game. Come on. Psychological horror game. It's brilliant. You never get much. In fact, I haven't got the disc in it, but that's all you get. PlayStation 5, also on PC, also on Xbox Series X. And if you've never bothered, it's a bit of a slow burn at times, let's be honest. But it really does get you thinking. And you've constantly been chased by, I don't know what the hell I call it. It's certainly some form of entity that is controlling people. But you're constantly being chased. And it's just a brilliant, brilliant game. Thoroughly enjoying it. And the last one that I've got, you know, I've played these games from the original, going all the way back to, now is that, I know it's definitely on the Wii, so I'm going to say PlayStation 2, Xbox. That's how far the game series goes by. 3 was an incredible game, and for a lot of people, it is still the best game in the series, number 3. I couldn't get into 4. I played it quite a bit. I might have to just give it another go. Number 5, I absolutely destroyed. Absolutely brilliant game. Did everything. And then there was a spin-off game as well, because it's a continuation of 5. I've destroyed that as well. Thoroughly loved it. So when this game came out, it was practically a day one purchase. Far Cry 6. I am really enjoying this. It almost feels like a bit of a throwback to the third game in the series, which a lot of people out there still say it's the best out of all of them. Like I say, number 4, I couldn't really get into. 5, what a story. If you've not played 5, please play it. New Dawn was the spin-off game, but it's a continuation of 5. So if you've enjoyed 5 and you completed 5, for God's sake, play New Dawn. But I suppose the one that we also thoroughly enjoyed, which again was a spin-off game, was Far Cry Primal. What a game that is. I really did enjoy that. Spent so many hours into that game, but absolutely loving this one. I'm going to... Oh no, I've used it, so it doesn't matter. There you go. You can copy the code if you want, but I've already used it. You don't get much, do you? It's not even a manual, for Christ's sakes. Limited edition. But become the villain. Far Cry Season Pass. It's also in there. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Classic edition. It's just a brilliant game. It is so gory, though, it's untrue. Untrue. It doesn't matter if it's a male or a female guard. If you go to take them out silently, he will put that machete everywhere. Back of the head, top of the head, in the throat. So when you're taking down a female guard, it does look a bit more gruesome than you would be normally used to. But this is a game I'm thoroughly enjoying. Helicopters, drive anything, boats, get on the water, do anything there, planes. Oh, just a brilliant game. And I think that is everything. That is everything. I've got lots more coming through to me. I've got a lot more. I suppose I actually class it as vintage games rather than retro. Vintage, because it is that old. And I'm looking for a way now to play the games a lot more easier, because I do enjoy playing cartridges. So you've got that maybe to look forward to in the near future. But that's it for now. That's it. I don't know how long we've been going on for, and I imagine it's getting close to certainly an hour as usual. I hope everyone's safe out there. Let me know in the comments, please, your thoughts and your feelings on this one. If you've not smashed that subscribe button, why not? If you like seeing a boring old man drone on about games and do playthroughs, then this is the channel for you. Please smash the subscribe, hit the notification bell, keep updated with all my content. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Catch you lot all again. Take care.
Woohoo!